Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Monday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures are currently above fair value. Things have been pretty quiet in the pre-market this morning. Outside of the stock index futures, things are a bit more active. We've got Bitcoin up $2,000, while gold is down $80 in the pre-market on Monday morning, and that's probably not going to help the Canadian stock market. No major economic numbers coming out this morning. Things start on Tuesday, where we've got inflation numbers. On Thursday, jobless claims, and then on Friday, retail sales. So those are the numbers we get to look forward to this week. Now, last time we talked, the VIX had popped and was back on a buy signal. That unfortunately didn't last very long for the long VIX trade. Of course, it not lasting very long is good for the stock market. There's the VIX ETFs, both generating sell signals midweek last week. So once again, the long VIX trade did not work. That is not going to stop me from taking it every time it shows up, because when it does work, it can work quite dramatically. And going into the fall, we would expect to once again see a opportunity to go long the VIX. Now, looking at the major index ETFs, starting off in the Canadian market, Shopify once again is the most valuable company in Canada, followed by the Royal Bank. And there's what happened to Shopify last week. And so quite a dramatic move, and the market had sold it off going into the earnings. And then there's the big pop, and the TSX 60 turned right around and went from a sell signal to a buy signal, and made a new high last week of 42.24. So we hit our 42.19 target. If we can take out last week's high and break away from the 42.19 level, then 43.75 comes into play. In the U.S. market, once again, it's NVIDIA is the biggest stock in the U.S., and it had a new closing high on Friday for this move, and it had an inside day on Friday as well. If we look at the S&P 500, we're back on a buy signal as of Friday's close. We're trying to break out above 60, 40, 63. If we can do that, 656.25 comes into play. Now, if you look at the equal weighted S&P 500, you'll see that it's not moving up with the S&P 500, which of course, when you go to an equal weighted index, then NVIDIA does not have as much weighting as it does in the unweighted index. And so here we are. We have not made a new high or retested the recent high last week. And then looking at the NASDAQ 100, there's a new high on Friday. We're trying to get to 593.75. And then if you look at the equal weighted, again, it's just trailing. So the rest of the market not performing that well last week. And then when we look at the Russell 2000, we're still on a sell signal. That's also true for small caps and for micro caps. And so those three areas of the market had an inside week last week. So not breaking out to new highs at all. Now, semiconductors came back on Friday. Both major ETFs are back on buy signals as of Friday's close. Now, looking at the world of commodities, starting off with crude oil on a sell signal right now. It's up 75 cents last time I looked in the pre-market, so certainly not enough to change a trend on Monday. And there's natural gas still on a sell signal, no change there. Copper trying to find some support down here at the 440 level. Certainly not reclaiming any of the major damage that was done the previous week. There's the price of gold. It was up $37.60 on Friday. We may end Monday on another sell signal, so just keep an eye on the price of gold. Platinum still on a sell signal, no change there. And the price of silver is back on a buy signal as of Thursday's close. Looking at the Bay Street most actively traded stocks from Friday's trading action, there's only two tens here and a bunch of zeros. And so if you just looked at this list, you wouldn't think that the TSX 60 was making new all-time highs right now, but that is what's going on, and it has a lot to do with Shopify. There's Enbridge running back up to the previous highs, and we're trying to get to 65, 63. Then looking at Manulife, we're on a sell signal right now, on a sell signal for Canadian Natural Resources. B2 Gold rolled over on Friday, but did not close below the lower channel line. It did trade below it, And with gold down sharply in the pre-market this morning, we may see a close below $4.79 on Monday. That would generate a sell signal. Tourmaline still on a sell signal, no change there. We've had a new high for Denison Mines on Friday before closing lower on the day. So looking for a close on Monday below $2.88 to give us a sell signal there. There's a big move down for Pembina, so we're back on a sell signal. Big move down for Sun Life coming into Friday's trading action already on a sell signal, so no change in trend there. Just a huge drop for an insurance stock going back to the April lows. Then we had a new high for Barrick on Friday. That, of course, is probably going to come down on Monday. And then we've got Whitecap on a sell signal. No change in trend there on Friday. Next up, let's take a look at the Wall Street volume leaders from Friday's trading action. And currently, we've got 410s in this list, so a pretty strong list here. We did have a lot of earning shocks last week to the upside and to the downside, and there's SoundHound gapping higher on Friday, making a new high. Inside day on Friday for NVIDIA, no change there. Apple surprised the market, and it popped and was up sharply over 3 days. There is Trade Desk, which hit a new high on Thursday and then collapsed on Friday, down over 38% on the day. Then we've got Tesla, second day of a buy signal there for Tesla, still trying to break out above the June highs. Then we've got Big Bear trading up to the upper channel line on Friday. So on Monday, we're looking for a close above $7.17. We closed at $7.14 on Friday. No joy for Intel, still closing below the lower channel line. No joy for Lucid, making a new low for this move. Advanced Micro Devices traded back up in the channel on Thursday and Friday, looking for a close above $173.86 on Monday to give us a new buy signal. And there's a new high for Palantir on Friday, so no change in trend there. Heading towards the $200 level, which is a mathematical target and a big round number. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open on Monday morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Tuesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.